All right, how's it, everybody? And welcome to Open House Live here on Facebook. My name is Nick Kawakami. I'm coming to you live and direct from my home office in Nu'uanu today, and very happy to show you my newest listing out at Ewa Apartments in Ewa Beach, Ewa Apartments Kulana, Unit NN2. Like I mentioned, I am coming to you live from my home office here in Nu'uanu, and that means I'm going to be able to give you not only a great tour of the property here virtually, give you a great idea of, the ins and outs, give you some details. We'll also, though, be using some technology like Google Earth, like our Matterport 360 tour. And so we're actually going to walk through the property together. And then I'll also, using Google Earth, give you an overview of the neighborhood, of the island, make sure that you know where you are, some of the landmarks, some of the, grocery stores and those kinds of things. So my goal here, as always, is to give you guys as much information as possible, in lieu of actually going and visiting the property in person for either a private showing or physical open house. I want to get you guys as much information as I can here virtually, and then hopefully inspire you to go see it in person yourself. Because of course, that's the main thing. Go touch, feel, smell, all those great things. If you do have any questions as we move along here, and of course, because we are live here on Facebook, I can answer these as we go. So put a question in the comments section, drop a comment, say hi even if you want, and I'll make a shout out. But main thing is that if you do have any questions as we go through, put them here in the comments live and I'll be happy to answer them. Now, if you're watching this on replay, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to help you out. So if you do have a question, even if you're watching this on replay, still put it in the comments and I'll be happy to answer it as soon as possible. So, one thing I'd like to invite you to do up front here is to go to the listing website, and we will go check it out here in a second. This is ewaapartments.com. And I'd like to, invite you to go and visit this because, of course, this has a lot of information about the property supplemental to what we're going to be talking about today. So, not only are we talking about the little breakdown, some of the stats. You can go and check out the open house schedule. You can, the virtual open house will be posted here as soon as possible. Virtual 3D tour that we're going to be touring through later today is going to be up there, as well as the fact sheet. You can download floor plan, take a look at some pictures there they go. They're just loading in. And get map and directions, and of course find out more about my co-lister Anne and I. So again, that website is ewaapartments.com, and definitely invite you to go and check it out yourself. Let me see if I can get rid of this bookmarks. Okay, well, we're just not going to. There we go. There we go. Give you a little bit more room there. Excuse me. So without further ado, though, let's jump into the virtual tour, and we'll use this little link here to get to our virtual tour. And open up Ewa Apartments, Kulana, Unit NN2. And this is cool because, we fly in directly right into the front door. And this is so, if I was to turn around the camera here, you can see this is the front door. And you walk in here. To the left is going to be the stairs going up, and then to the right is going to be the horseshoe kitchen that's on the right side, as well as the living room along the far end. Of course, if we go back to the listing website, ewaapartments.com, and we take a look at a couple things, I can give you a little bit of overview of where we are. So if you're familiar with Ewa Apartments at all, you'll know that there's a lot of parking, guest parking. Your unit does come with an assigned stall, unit number 177, you can see right there. And then the unit itself is, 5-6 parking spaces right down the lane. So you can see the little green arrow there pointing to there. That is the unit itself. There are no buildings behind it, which is great. That gives you some privacy from, any neighbors behind you. Here, I'll show you a photo from that. So you can see the the drainage gully there, but you know, you got some big separation between you and any buildings behind you. That's not necessarily the case for all the units at Ewa Apartments. So this is a kind of a unique feature, and one of the good features about living in this particular building. But again, mostly the biggest thing is going to be that you are going to be really close to your parking space, just a little short walk, and you're right there. And of course, this screen door, like I said, opens up, and you end up here in the foyer. Now we'll spend some time on the ground floor, and let me bring up the floor plan here for you. Zoom in a little bit. And you can see, as far as the floor plan goes, it's pretty straightforward. The right side being the upstairs, left side being downstairs. So we're here in the foyer, right down here in the middle. And then you got, like I said, the horseshoe kitchen, living room, a big covered patio in the back. Definitely one of the highlights of this place. The lanai is 180 square feet. So, you know, big lanai, nice and it's covered too. So if you want to put like a separate dining set out there or something, a great place to lounge. And then up the stairs here, you come up the stairs here, you will end up in a hallway that leads to the bathroom, as well as the big primary bedroom down below, or down below on your screen, down in front of the unit. And then the 2 bedrooms that face backwards towards that open green space in the back. So, but like I said, we'll start here in the foyer, right down in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And that's where we are here. So we'll walk in, take a step, and turn to the right. You can see, you know, typical horseshoe kitchen, but you do have electric appliances, sink and fridge. There is washer and dryer hookups in the back corner. Of course, for all of these features that I'm going to be touring with you today, definitely recommend that you do your own due diligence when you do come through and do your inspections, just to make sure everything is how you envisioned. And then, of course, you can tell, you know, this place does need some TLC, so I'd highly recommend bringing a contractor, or at least your imagination, so you can envision kind of where you want to take this from here. Okay, we'll spin back. This closet here on the left, right here, is a little bit of storage, but mostly holds your breaker box as well as the hot water heater. And then that opens up to just, you know, a big open living space, right? So we'll take a step in here, and you can see nice big living open space, big couch, big TV, whatever you want to put in here is really going to work out well. Okay, taking a step out to the patio, and like I mentioned, as we spin around here, you do have 180 square feet of covered lanai space. You can see some skylights, but those are skylights, not you know, holes in the ceiling. So you do have a lot of open space. There's a little gate, a locked gate that goes out to that back green space in the back. But otherwise, you know, really nice amenity to have, especially because a lot of it is covered. So if you want to put a dining set out here or something, you know, you do have some additional storage as well. So multi-use garden, whatever you wanted to put out here too, would work out really well. Okay, taking a step back in. Ooh, flew all the way through the kitchen, flew through the walls, the magic of technology. And we'll head up to the second floor here. So up the stairs, take a right. And like I said, when you end up here at the landing, you have the 2 bedrooms over here, the bathroom over here, and the primary bedroom over here. So let's go to the bathroom. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward bathroom. You can see the camera for the 360 camera that we use to create all of our virtual tours. Sorry, I took too far a step back. And then bedrooms, though, pretty straightforward. You do have views of that green space in the back. And like I said, this gives you an even better idea of how far away the other buildings are. So there's no building directly behind you. And you do have some nice open green space, giving you a little bit more privacy, a little bit quieter, all those good things that come with any type of separation between buildings, right? Closet. But yeah, otherwise pretty straightforward on these 2 bedrooms. This one is going to be similar. You know, again, you can see the green space that opens up behind you. And then we spin around, you have your closet over here. And then finally, you know, the last room is going to be the primary bedroom. Primary bedroom, of course, being the biggest one. And this one has jalousie windows that overlook the parking lot. So, not as much privacy, but again, this is the biggest room in the place. And then it also has a nice big closet down there at the end. So really, however you want to configure this, if you want to make this an office, use the other 2 bedrooms as actual bedrooms, or use this as a bedroom and the opposite for the other. Have kids' rooms, have all different kinds of, have rec rooms, hobby rooms, whatever you wanted to, she sheds, whatever you wanted to use these for. This place does have a lot of room, especially for this price point. This place does have a lot of room. So that's one of the things going for it is, you do get the 3 bedrooms and you can configure those however you want. So we'll jump back into the website and just to finish up here as we close out our virtual tour. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't even give you the tour of the island, especially for those people who are tuning in, who might be tuning in and unfamiliar with our island here and where Ewa Apartments is. Let's jump into Google Earth before we say goodbye. And I'll give you a little overview of the island and the neighborhood. So, starting off here in like a very wide view of the island of Oahu. And, I always start these Google Earth tours with a disclaimer and an apology, just saying, to all the people out there that obviously know this, live in Hawaii, have an idea of where Ewa Beach is. Bear with me here. We'll zoom in and we'll get a little bit more local. I just want to make sure that I cover all the bases here and introduce the island to people that might not know it as familiar as you do. So stick with me as we kind of go wide, and then we'll zoom in and I'll show you some things a little bit closer to Ewa Apartments itself. So starting off here on the island of Oahu, you can see it's like a parallelogram. So you have the windward side, North Shore. These are all the kind of the nicknames that we give it here. So North Shore, West Oahu, Central Oahu, Town, and the majority of density, the majority of people living here on island are going to be along that south shore, stretching from West Oahu, which is like, Kalailoa, Kapolei, and going east to the right of your screen through town all the way to Hawaii Kai. Hawaii Kai is like, Coco Head, Coco Marina, that kind of stuff. So it's a long stretch on the south, and the majority of density is going to be on that south side of the island. You can see here in the middle of your screen, Ewa Apartments with the green house right there. That's where the condo building is located. You can also see the Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, and I have that marked on this map just because the airport kind of divides east and west. It divides town and west side. So that's kind of how you make the delineation. If you're west of the airport, then you're going to be out Ewa Plains, West Oahu, that kind of stuff. And Ewa Apartments, so Ewa Apartments is out on the Ewa Plains, right near the beach. So we'll zoom in a little bit more, and you'll kind of see some of these towns be identified as we zoom in a little bit more. So Ewa Apartments is located in Ewa Beach, which, obviously is close to beachside residences. But you also are, when you come into Ewa Beach, you're driving through, Ewa Gentry, Ocean Point, Ewa Villages, all along Fort Weaver Road. There's tons of golf courses, as you can see, as we zoom in a little bit farther here. Off the top of my head, this is New Ewa over here. You got Pearl. You have Ewa Villages up here. A lot of Ho'akalei Country Club, which is a private country club, is located over here. A lot of different golf courses available in the area, if that's something that, obviously, if that's a hobby that really means something to you. I'll turn off the major landmarks, and switch on my Ewa Beach ones. And we'll zoom in even a little bit more here. So Ewa Apartments, and this is the actual building itself. It's the one with the white roof. Ewa Apartments, Kulana Place is this street right here. So all of these units right here are Ewa Apartments in total, but this kind of area, they kind of nickname Ewa Apartments Kulana just because it's on Kulana Place. And then at the very end of Kulana Place from North Road, you turn right and go down the street. And of course, then at the end is going to be the building itself. And like I said, this is that drainage canal. So you do have that green space separating you from anybody else behind you, not like some of the other buildings here in the Ewa Apartments complex. Outside of that, we have a lot of good stuff. So just highlighting a couple of the major points. Obviously, the schools, Pohakea Elementary, Ilima Intermediate, and Campbell High School located right next door. So within walking distance, very easy for kids to get to, or if you work there. Ewa Beach Community Park is located right behind. There is a fence, obviously, that does line between Ewa Beach Park and Ewa Apartments, but you can definitely go through that, and then you have full access to all the community park stuff, tennis courts, baseball, big open fields, et cetera, et cetera. I've seen people flying kites and stuff out there, so a really nice place to hang out and a really nice amenity to have literally next door. A lot of people would pay a lot of money to live near a big open green space, and you have that amenity located right next door. Zooming out a little bit, if you do go down the road here, you do have access to Pu'uloa Beach Park, which is a beautiful beach park. Plenty of parking right here, so you just go down the road this way. Across from that is Ewa Beach Golf Club. So again, if you are a golfer, that is a really good place to go and play. They don't have a driving range here, just for those golfers out there. That could be important. So you would drive up around the corner and go to Hawaii Prince Golf Club over here if you want to use a driving range. Let's see, going up Fort Weaver, and I just want to kind of point out a couple things too. Let's go back north. So H1 freeway is the freeway that does kind of go along the South Shore and is the quickest transit between, all the way east on Hawaii Kai to the west side. So this is H1. And then this major road down here is what we call Fort Weaver Road. And Fort Weaver Road takes you from H1 all the way down through the Ewa Plains and into Ewa Beach. So Fort Weaver connects all the way down here and then ends basically at Ewa Beach Golf Club. So if you go back up Fort Weaver Road, you'll get to some of the big amenities. So you have Safeway, you have Foodland, and then you can take it all the way over to Kamakana Ali'i, which is a big shopping center, theaters. They have a Foodland Farms, which is like a more higher end grocery store with kind of that kiosk grocery store model that they're doing these days. So, you're within a good 10 to 15 minutes of a lot of good grocery shopping. And then of course, if you go up and back towards like Waikele is the outlet mall. You got a lot of shopping over there as well up here. Or if you go west, you'll hit Kapolei, which has Costco and Home Depot and all different kind of Best Buy. All the big box stores are going to be out here in Kapolei. So you got all the amenities that you would need within 15 to 20 minutes. The drive into town from here without traffic is probably about 30 to 40 minutes, depending. And so you have access to everything that you need within a simple driving distance from Ewa Apartments. And of course, even more so, you can walk to the park. You could probably walk to the beach park if you wanted to as well, and use all of the more natural amenities that the Ewa Plains have to offer. Of course, like I said, golf is a big thing out there. So you definitely take advantage of that as well. So with all that said, that is going to finish up my virtual open house tour here for Ewa Apartments Kulana Unit NN2. Again, if you want to go and visit the property virtually and get a little bit more information, head to ewaapartments.com. I pointed the right direction this time, and check out all the information that is on that. You're going to be able to watch this virtual tour over again, pick up a little bit more things that maybe I had pointed out, or go and walk through the virtual tour yourself on the computer. And that's the same one that I used today. You can go and use your keyboard and mouse or even your phone and walk through the property virtually yourself. Otherwise, definitely set up a private showing with your favorite realtor, even if that's not me, or come and see it at an open house in person. Definitely something, as I always recommend, come and see it in person because, touch, feel, smell, all those good things that you want to know before you buy a place. But other than that, thank you very much for tuning in today to my virtual open house. I haven't done one of these. This is the first one for the new year. I haven't done one in a little while. These were obviously a big thing during the pandemic, during the heights of the pandemic, but I'm happy to be doing them again. Of course, any way that I can get some more exposure and help you understand the property better is definitely worthwhile for me. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And again, if you have any comments, you can leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, reach out to your favorite real estate agent and they'll get a hold of me and be able to ask all the questions that you have. On behalf of my co-lister, Ann Noguchi, my name is Nick Kawakami with Marcus Realty. I'm a licensed agent here in the state of Hawaii. Happy to be showing you Ewa Apartments, Kulana unit number 10 NN2. Happy New Year, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Aloha.